We need to perfect and approve the agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Support. Roll call.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Hightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
We have the consent agenda to approve.
So moved. Support.
Motion with support. The consent agenda includes approved minutes from the regular city council meeting on May 15th, approved liquor license for Casey's, approved cigarette permit renewals for following: Casey's, MK Mini Mart, Highway 34 Truck Stop, Westland Fast Break, and Murphy Oil, approved payment to the Burlington Public Library, approved payment to Skelly Tree Service, approved payment to Barron Equipment, approved payment to Thunder and Lightning Productions, approved payment to OBD, approved payment to the Mississippi Valley Pump, approved payment to Bazine Electric, approved payment to Hickey Contracting, approved payment to Southeast Iowa Regional Planning Commission, approve the clerk's financial report for April, approve a resolution authorizing the execution of a trespassing pre-authorization, and approve the claims listed in the amount of $138,797.95.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Roll call.
Hightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Waterman. Oh, Crowner.
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Motion approved. We'll go on to staff reports, and we'll start with Mr. Gifford.
Got a couple things. First thing is, I'm guessing we probably don't want to have a council meeting on the 3rd of July. So, you want to do it Monday or Tuesday that week?
I don't care.
Royce is going on vacation, so he might be there on Monday.
Monday? Yeah, Monday's all right. That's all right with you, Teresa?
Sure.
Okay.
Monday it is.
I have not heard any of that, I'm sorry. I'm not hearing.
Monday, the July 1st is removing the council meeting.
To July 1st? Okay, sorry.
And the other thing is I don't know if you've heard, we're working with the Burlington Auditorium people. Their planned concert event for down on the riverfront, they possibly, according to, if they get board approvals, to move it out here to the front of the mall. So just so you know, we're working with them on that. So that whole thing could move up to the front of the mall. But they needed board approval, and they have a few more hoops to jump through, but it sounds likely that that's what's going to happen. That's all I have.
Anybody have questions for Dan? Public Works, Mike.
Mother Nature's finally letting us catch up and get something done. Got the storm sewer repaired in the park today, the sanitary, and the 500 block of Broadway. Water's disconnected on the house back here behind City Hall, ready for demolition. They're moving the traffic cones tomorrow over to the other side on Mount Pleasant. They're done on this side. Training, safety training for the part-time help was finished and done. They're on and working. Caught up with the mowing. They're going to start working on mulching trees and the flower beds back in the park in between their mowing now that we're caught up on that. And I don't know how aware you guys have been with the water issue at the sewer plant with all the rain or not, but the plant's designed to, the new plant's designed to take 1.85 million in. 1.3 million runs great. We don't lose our bacteria and sludge. We can run the 1.8, but we can't run that constantly. And with all the rain we've been getting, on the worst day, our water usage was 383,000, but the sewer plant took in 6 million gallon. That's how much infiltration we got. We really need to think about lining sewers and working on that coming up here. That's all I have for now.
Anybody have anything for Mike? Police Department, Jess?
had a staff meeting today, just going over a little bit with the guys for Ragbri and some other events that may be coming through West Burlington this year, 4th of July, and then if we have that concert go on at the mall. We have also been contacted by Walmart through Pepsi. They do a promotion every year, kind of pick different organizations or departments, and this year West Burlington Police Department was picked by them, and we will receive 25 cents for every 24-ounce 6-pack cans, 24-pack, and some other items that Pepsi sells. So we'll get 25 cents in return for every item that they sell at Walmart. And they typically say they give out between $1,000 to $1,500 a year in donations back to whoever they pick. So we'll be working more with Pepsi and Walmart with that. So it was nice to see that come through. That's all I have.
You know when that promotion is?
No, they don't have a date set. They just said June, which obviously we're in now, through July. So it's like a 3 to 4 week long promotion that they have going on, and they advertise it.
Building and fire inspection, Sean.
On the building side, notices were sent out on some issues that Hans and I were and Dan were involved in discussing. They'll be followed up on the 10th, and if not completed by then, it will be turned over to the lawyer to deal with. And then I'm working with the college on some brush cleanup for them. You may see in the next couple weeks out in front of ABC Pond, he's out there selling. Called up asking to reduce his inventory without operating as an actual pawn shop. No consignments, no taking in items on trade or anything, just actually selling off inventory. After discussing with Dan, we both felt that it was reasonable to issue a no greater than 14-day or 2-week temporary vendor's license to allow him to do this. His intentions is that he's closing the doors. There is a for sale sign on the property, so in an effort to try to work with him and being the bigger person, we thought that would be a reasonable thing. So you will see some action down there out in the parking lot. No one's to be in the building as per our discussion. On the fire side, we had pump tests. With the exception of engine 2, our other 2 pumps did pass. We have the ladder cables being replaced here next week, along with hose testing coming up on Saturday the 15th. Other than that,
Well, kudos for me to see that you were diligent in getting the nuisances taken care of. It was nice to drive through the community and see the abandoned cars with flat tires gone and the brush.
there's still some to deal with. A few of them that Hans and Dan and I discussed, they've been here for my 18 years, so I'm sure it won't be well received. However, I'm in total agreement with Hans and the rest of you on they need to be cleaned up. So I'm after them, and just like with the other ones I've done in town, they'll be dealt with. One, for example, that's on the agenda tonight, that's been there for my 18 years in town, and it's cleaned up. It actually looks nice for a change, so hopefully that's an example that the others can follow. And there are some lawns in town being addressed. One notably, 410 East Wheeler. I'm waiting for Friday for individual who will finish his paperwork with the city, and we'll contract him to take care of that. 313 Winter Street, which was the house we had the house fire at. I am on top of that property owner in regards to not just the lawn conditions, but just the conditions alone. Thought he'd work on it in a more timely manner, and I'm not very satisfied with him, so I'm in his ear. A lot of lawn issues that I noticed that I did send letters out for were people who have fences and just think, hey, it's in the back alley, no one's going to see it. Well, they got told, mow it. So.
Well, thanks for your diligence in getting it done, because I've seen an improvement.
Thank you.
and I had a few items, but Dan and I had a conversation and said that Dan and Hans and you got together and everything should be taken care of, so appreciate it.
35 letters were sent out, just to kind of give you an idea. That's not 35 total properties. Some of those include landlord property owners. But there was a good handful.
Is there a fee to that 14-day vendor license for the pawn shop?
$50.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Anybody have anything else for Sean? Kelly?
Citywide garage sales scheduled for June 29th. Registration forms are available online and at City Hall here if somebody would like to register for the sale and have their address added to the map.
Leslie?
We have the auditor scheduled for the week of July 12th this year. I mean, August 12th. Sorry. Think about closing the year out in July. It's August 12th.
Rod?
Not much. Of course, we're full boat working on 4th of July and pretty much got it handled. Kelly got the flyer done this week, so that should be available now on our website, and we'll start getting the advertising put out. So to remind everybody that we'll be on the actual July 4th date, which is a Thursday this year, and we'll be doing our normal activities.
No, ma'am.
I don't have anything either. Nobody from the community. We'll move on next to citizens inquiries, if anybody within the audience would like to come up and talk. You'll state your name and address, please.
Okay, Kathy Vanover, 413 West Burlington Avenue. And this is about all the rain we had, and I know we got a lot of rain there, but this isn't the only time this has happened. I live sort of right in the middle of the street, and my neighbors probably had 4 feet all the way down to Houston. And the sewer drain is horrible, and it's been that way for a week. Because I went by every day I drove by. I went down, took a bucket, because I thought we had forecast for severe weather today. Took down a bucket, and I couldn't even hardly get anything. It's like caked in mud. And I know they've been busy. I know with the storm we had, but it's been a week, and I feel like that should have been taken care of. I have pictures, if you want to see them or not. But it looked like a river in our backyard all the way down to Houston. It was pretty bad. It seems like every time we get at least 1.5 inches, we have the same problem. Not as bad, I would say, but we have that problem. I don't know what the answer is, but there's got to be something that we can do to make it not so bad. I had a geyser. I wish I would have got a video of that. I had a geyser in my yard shooting up water, probably a foot.
Did you say there's a storm drain that's covered?
Yes, yes.
By that?
The storm drain,
Is it on-
here, and then you come down, our house, the whole area is all low-lying. All the houses behind us slope down, and then, so the storm drain's on the street, and it slopes down, and there's a big sewer drain right there too, or water drain, I guess you'd call it. You can't even see the drain itself, whatever, grate. You can't even see it.
Is that on your side?
No, that's down at the end of Houston.
Okay.
And the one on the street, like I said, I took a bucket down, tried to clean it up, and the mud is so thick and caked, you'd need a shovel. I couldn't even, I got a few limbs out, and that was about it.
Are you talking about the storm intake on Houston Street itself?
I don't know what it's called. The drain on the street.
After all the rain, we go around and pull all the leaves and stuff on there, but I wasn't aware that there's mud on that. I guess I'm not following exactly where you're at.
Yeah, it was caked in mud.
What's your address?
Mine's 413 West Burlington Avenue.
Okay.
And it was still raining, and we saw a police car down there with the lights flashing.
Yeah, when we get that kind of rain, that always floods. I mean,
Yes.
all that storm drain comes clear through Pat Klein Park, and it dumps, that whole side of town's gotta come down
I
that
know
line.
it, I know it.
And when you get
Yeah, one year we
3 or
lost a
5 or
bunch of
6 or 7
equipment
inches of
in
rain,
the shed. It was so high.
yeah, I mean, the pipes aren't big enough
Yeah.
to take that kind of, in that short of a time frame. But is there another intake up in the yard, you're saying?
On the side, you know, it's like, here's Houston, you know, and here's your little drain, and it's back over here on the side.
Oh, the one that's in the yard just off of Houston?
Yes,
Okay,
Behind
okay, I
Terry
know where you're at now.
Johnson.
okay.
That's the one that's full of mud.
And the one on the street.
Go by in the morning and take a look at it.
The one on the ground there, it has a big area here and then the grate here, ton of pine needles, you know,
Yeah,
and
get worse.
leaves and sticks and, you know.
Well, when we go around, we typically, we clean all the intakes in the streets. I guess I wasn't aware there was one on the backside of the curb down in that low line.
I
wasn't
didn't either
aware.
until I walked down there,
I
and then I
was not
saw
aware
it.
of that, but
Yeah, I didn't realize it was down there either.
I will get it cleaned off tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
'Cause we did, boy, it's been several years though, we did dig up those pipes and enlarged them as much as we could through there. It did help a lot.
Well, the neighbor thought they were gonna do it, but she thought they were gonna dig up the whole backyard, you know, from like one end all the way down to Houston.
That would be a nightmare to go through everybody's backyard, and that's pretty deep.
I know,
That'd be, you wouldn't have a backyard
I know. Yeah,
if we did it. And it's big enough for most average rains, but, I mean, it does, it drains half the town.
And that's the problem, anymore. When we get rain, we don't get a light shower. It's 3-4 inches in 15-20 minutes. And,
yeah,
I mean, at the same time, Leffler and Mount Pleasant was flooded. We had officers shutting the streets there out by the mall. I mean, there was actually streets shut everywhere. I was in there that night pushing trees off.
I
They were falling off.
understand,
I'm
but
out.
Monday night it happened too. And Monday night we didn't get as much as we did Tuesday night.
Like I said, I wasn't aware of the one over the curb back in the grass, but I'll get that cleaned off and hopefully that'll help it take more out of
Okay.
out of the yards back there. I didn't know that was flooded.
That
but-
should. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know it was there until I walked down there.
Okay.
You know, I had no idea.
We'll get that cleaned up tomorrow and we'll see, we'll
Okay.
watch it the next time it rains and
Okay,
I'll make sure we go back and clean that when we clean all the intakes on the streets. Keep an eye on
okay.
it.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the audience? Move on to old business, and we'll consider a resolution finally approving the 28E agreement with DESCOM.
Do we need a motion?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Support. Everybody's agreeable to this now, isn't it?
2 year, yeah.
Have a motion with second. We have a roll call.
Hightmeyer,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Motion passed. Under new business, number 1 is to consider the second reading of an ordinance establishing a planned unit development overlay district and adopting an amended official zoning map for the city of West Burlington.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Hightmeyer.
Aye.
Motion passed. Item number 2 is to consider the third reading of an ordinance setting the sewer rates. 2019-20. Have we gotten any comments on that,
I haven't.
Kelly? No?
I have not.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Roll call.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Hightmeyer,
Aye.
Lees.
Aye. Motion approved. Moving on, item number 3 is to consider the third reading of an ordinance setting water rates for 2019-2020.
So move.
Support.
With support. Questions, comments? Roll call.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Knightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Motion approved. Item number 4, consider the third reading of an ordinance setting recycling rates for 2019-2010.
So move.
Support.
Motion with support. Roll call.
Knightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Motion passed. Item number 5 is to consider the second reading of an ordinance setting garbage rates for 2019-2020.
Have anybody's called or anything about it?
I did get one phone call from somebody that really didn't like going to the once a
One night.
week, but they weren't. They just wanted to express that they didn't really like it because it got stinky, but they understood that it tears up the alleys and all of that, so I
That
did
made-
get one phone call on that one.
That would've just made 2 out of the, I had one, that was, he just rather had the other 2. So move.
Support.
Motion with support. Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Lees.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Knightmeyer.
Aye.
Motion passed. Item number 6 is to consider the purchase of bunker gear for a firefighter. The amount of $1,960.
So move.
Support.
With support. Any questions, comments?
We tried finding a size for one of the new guys, tried every size pair we had up there, and it didn't fit them. That's the only reason I'm asking for this. Otherwise, normally they would wait a year before I'd be asking for a purchase of gear on this type of situation.
You sift 2 together.
Unfortunately, we did find one pair of pants that fit him. However, those pants are not, I guess the easy way to put it is they're out of service because the seal won't close up on him. He can wear them for training, but he can't wear them for anything else. So, and with the backlog on gear, it takes about 3 months. He'll have completed all his training and be ready by then.
Roll call.
Crowner.
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Knightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye. Motion passed. Item number 7, roll fast enough, is to consider resolution temporary closing streets for the 4th of July celebration.
Motion to approve.
Support. Is that removal of cones too?
You're moving them to the other side.
I would only make one quick comment is, and I do this every year, is, of course, it's normally Randy and I, this year will be Mike and I. Sometimes this street list that we're talking about closing is not all inclusive, and sometimes we have an occasion to close another street or another block, and we just go ahead and do that. So, just to warn you, if somebody calls and gets upset, we won't close any more streets than we have to, but occasionally something happens, like elephants come to
I
town,
was just gonna say,
and we have to.
sometimes the elephants show up.
Well, yeah, and so we had to close an extra block that year, so I'm just saying. Don't have any plans for that right now, but hey.
Anything can happen.
They need to do something down there by Casey's. The line along the curb they got, for the workers, there was cars going down it the other day. Instead of going in the middle.
Yeah, there's a gap
heading
there,
east,
'cause
there's a gap, and instead of
There's a
going.
gap there.
In the middle when they were going east, they were going wrong, but, it was this weekend, so nobody's working.
Well, there wasn't anybody working today when I accidentally did it either.
I just went through there this afternoon and fixed all that. What happened is the cedars came through the day before, and they opened all that up to run down there, and they didn't put the cones back. So
Yeah, there was 3 of them in front of me, took off down it.
I just walked the whole thing from Deary Brothers to almost
Okay, good.
Roosevelt, fixed all the cones before I went home
Okay.
today.
And then they're gonna transfer them anyway.
Any
We're
other
still set up,
comments?
I just gotta move a couple to do it.
Roll call.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Knightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Motion approved. Item number 8 is to consider a resolution appointing and setting salary for Public Works Director.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any questions or comments?
Glad we had a young man step up for that job.
Know about the young part.
He might not like it,
Roll call.
Knightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Motion approved. Moving on to item number 9 is to consider resolution setting salaries for non-union employees for 2019-2020.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Roll call.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitmire.
Aye.
Motion approved. Item number 9 is to consider resolution setting a stipend for the volunteer firefighters for fiscal year 2019-2020.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any questions, concerns, or comments? Roll call.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitmire,
Aye.
Lees.
Aye. Motion approved. Item number 11 is to consider the transfer of drug task force vehicle to the city of Burlington.
So move.
Support.
Motion with support. Questions, comments, concerns? Roll call.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitmire,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Motion passed. Item number 12 is to consider payments to Snyder and Associates for engineering services related to the following projects. A water storage elevation project for $6,625. B is the Gear Avenue Trail project for $7,009. Is that supposed to be $79,000 or $7,975?
An extra number in there someplace.
$7,957.95.
Let's just take out that extra 7. Beer Avenue Trail project for $7,957.95. C is the lift station improvement project for $2,569.50. And D, the wastewater treatment plant project for $5,200.
Motion to approve all 4 payments.
Support.
Any support? Any questions or comments, concerns?
Updates on things if you want.
Sure.
Storage evaluation's pretty far along. Thinking maybe in a month or so we'll have something for you guys to review before we submit to the DNR. Looking at putting up a new 500,000 gallon water tower to replace the ground storage tank. It's rusted through and it's kaput. I'm not the one working on the trail project, but I think it's working out pretty fine. Lift station improvement project, we're still doing temporary flow metering. And I'm waiting on some pricing for different crane options. Once I get those, we can have a design meeting and go over what our plan is before we submit our 60% drawings. Wastewater treatment plant, biggest news there has been all the water, like Mike said. Distribution side, we're looking at, as you touched on before, about 383,000 gallons a day of water used. But the wastewater side, by the time it gets to the plant, with all the storm water, we got over 6 million gallons one day. So on a dry period, they're getting 450,000 gallons, and 4 million, 5 million, 6 million rains.
other questions or comments? Roll call.
Whitmire,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Passed. Moving on to item number 13 is to consider a purchase of the net PV DC backup for computer system, and Brad's there because he knows I'm gonna ask him questions about it.
Yep. The service is budgeted for this year, but the equipment was not on that. We had an issue with our equipment this year, and the current company that we're with now can't seem to get it fixed. So I had to look at something else. What I am buying, though, is a non-proprietary thing, so if something goes wrong in the device, I should be able to fix it myself. So I just wanted to point out that the equipment wasn't budgeted, but the service is.
So moved.
Support.
Motion with support.
Put a little light on it.
Any other questions or concerns? Comments?
Dan, I don't see that you suggested anything on this.
It's fine, we gotta have a backup, and moving to the one that Brad can work on is probably the best move here. It's, like I said, a backup's really important, so we need to get this.
Okay.
Roll call.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitmire.
Aye.
Approved. Item number 14, because Brad's still sitting there. Consider purchase of a Malwarebytes anti-malware software for computer system. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, this one is budgeted. This is just the normal annual software updates. I won't be renewing the Symantec endpoint protection now because I know this one's good enough to cover us on all bases. So we'll be going with just this one this year.
Motion to approve.
Or
Support. Any other questions, comments? Roll call.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
aye.
Whitmire.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye. Motion approved. Thanks, Brad. Item number 15 is to consider accepting a donation of property at 310 West Burlington Avenue.
If you can see from my memo, this property is where all our drains that drain the half the town that we were talking about earlier, this is where those drains actually dump out. And we have an easement through this person's property, but it'd be a lot better if we owned it. She wants to give it to us, and there'll be some expense to tear down the house, but the plan is to tear out all the trees and clean it up and get it so we can access those pipes a lot better.
Motion to approve.
Support.
With support. I just have one question. Will Sean be able to use the property for training or the police department?
There's a house next to it, to the direct south that's too close. That property's for sale also. But it's too close for us to do anything with it. I don't know if the police department will want to, and talking with, Katie and Mike and hearing back on when they did get in there on the water meter, and even talking with the current owner, she said it looks like somebody backed up and just dumped a dump truck inside the house. So, it's a bad hoarder house. So the option being given in the city is a good one, but I don't know if anybody's gonna actually be able to do anything in it.
When I talked to Mr. Gifford this afternoon about this, I suggested that if we're going to do this, I'd like to see us as quick as possible get it bulldozed and tore down. We've got a couple other houses sitting around the city we keep saying we're gonna tear down. We don't have them tore down yet. I don't want us owning half a dozen houses sitting around waiting to tear them down. So I guess my recommendation would be that as soon as possible, we get in there and tear it down. The only comment I have though about that is, I don't know, I'm hoping, and maybe Jesse would know or Sean would know, I'm hoping we're not trying to inherit a problem where maybe meth was cooked or or we get into some situation there. I know nothing about this house and the people that live there, I know nothing, but I just wouldn't want us taking over a house where maybe we had to pay for an expensive meth cleanup or something.
The homeowner, the actual owner, lives in Danville. Her son was living there with his wife, and she said he's big into the RC hobby, the RC cars and all that, and she goes, that's what it looked like. It was just like a shop inside there. So I don't believe we have that kind of a situation.
Okay.
Jesse would be better able to answer on the,
Okay, just want to make sure. I don't want to.
My employee out at the shop that had to go in there to do the water meter, he came back and went to take a shower. It's that bad. I don't think there's any training or anything that would go on. I think
No, I
you
think we
need
just
to get
need
it
to
in there and
bulldoze it and be
get
done.
it tore down, cleaned
Yeah.
up. It's bad.
Are we gonna hire someone to bulldoze it?
I suppose we'll call the same people that we've got a quote for this one back here. They've got instructions to do that anytime after the 4th of July, because we didn't want a big hole back there for the 4th of July. And the contractor was busy on the Tama building, and he still is, I think. I don't think he's quite done with that yet, so. But yeah, Mike will give them a call and have them look at the other one, give us a quote, and we'll get that done.
Roll call.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitmire,
Aye.
Lees.
Aye. Motion approved. Last and finally, item number 16, consider amendments to the city's personnel manual.
Like I said in my memo, there's an awful lot there. Our attorney went through it and changed thousands of words to different words. So it's gonna be really hard for you guys to figure out, but the main things are the health insurance and life insurance, that we changed according to what we bargained with the union contracts, and those are the main substantive things in it. And also, like I said, if we come across something that we missed, we'll fix it. If there's something unintended in there, we'll fix it.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any other comments, concerns? Roll call.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitmire,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
We'll open up for any other citizens' inquiries at this time. If not, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks for coming.